Hey y'all, welcome back to my studio today. Today we are going to be working on panel 7 and 8. I've already got it sitting here so that you can already see what I'm going to be creating today. Um, this opens up. I haven't covered the magnets. I'm still debating whether or not to do that. This piece comes out so you can write on it. And then on this panel over here, number 8, we have these lovely envelopes. You just detach one, slide one down. Um, they also have little magnets holding them together with all of this beautiful writing space inside. Okay, so I did have some bloopers today, and it did involve magnets. At one point in time, I actually had to wait for over an hour for the magnets to dry entirely before I could actually open this to use them. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how I made this. Okay, let's get into my bag here. This is for panel 7 and 8. So open it up. This is the one we did before, and we're going to be working on this and this. Okay, yeah, so this side's going to be 2 envelopes made with fabric, and this side I've changed this layout so it's not going to actually follow this template. It'll be something very similar, just like this, though, with an opening like this. But I'll have that out in a minute to show you. Okay, so let's move on to starting with the envelopes. Okay, now I'm going to work on the fabric envelopes. I've got my fabric here, just some scrap pieces that I make sure that they're going to fit. These are 6.5 by 6.5 envelopes. So on the back, I just stamped with the Distress Oxide antique linen. I just put that on here, and just to give it some color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue these fabric bits gently to the edge of this, because I'm going to be sewing this. I don't want to put a lot of glue down, so I'm just going to gently just kind of glue around the edges. Like I said, I will be sewing this area, so this is just to hold the fabric in place before I sew. So I really could have used a glue stick for this. That would have worked too. So I'm going to spread it with my finger to make sure it's all thin and not gunky. Okay, and then I'm just going to gently place this over the fabric. The paper. So there's no glue in the middle, so it's just on the edges here. You can see how that came through. I didn't like it just being plain white, and that's why I stamped it. Okay. Just seal that, make sure it's sealed. Oops. Got a little up a little bit too tall on this edge, so I'll be fixing that. There we go. Okay, now we'll do the same with the next one. And let's see, try it with the glue stick since I said that. I'm just going to try the Elmer's Craft Bond. Just going to go around the edges. Hopefully it will. Oops, got that in the middle. I guess it's okay to put it in the middle since it's glue stick. It won't be thick. Right, and again, oops, went up too high. There we go. This edge is bothering me, so I'm going to scoot it just a hair this way. And then stick it down. There we go. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew these all together before I even do the creases. There. So I'm going to sew that together. That actually held really well. So this actually works, and it won't clog your machine the way that the Fabri-Tac will. This also worked really well, but it's a little loose in spots. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go sew now. Okay, so I got the fabric glued on and sewed around the edge of the paper. So as you can see the pattern, can you guys see the pattern that I had stamped on before? I think that that created a really interesting design underneath this see-through fabric. So let's get started making these into envelopes. I'm just going to use my envelope template, but you don't have to. There is multiple ways to make envelopes. I'm just going to use this one for simplicity. Hopefully simplicity. Okay. Right. So this one was the 6.5 by 6.5. So I need to put this at 3.25. Right here. Guess I decided on the top first, which I think I like this one to be the top, so we'll start here. I guess it doesn't matter the end, as long as it's not an edge piece. So I'm gonna line that up, and I'm just going to run my score line right here, and I'm doing it on the paper side so that I can make sure I'm not pushing that paper down too far. See, it'd be easier to fold on the paper side. So I'm just going to line this back up over here. I'm just going to keep rotating it. Okay. And I think I started this one, but that would make the paper upside down, so I think we'll just do it this way. So this will fold up, and I probably still need to cut that, so maybe, I don't know if I want to cut it or not. I was thinking about not cutting it, so that way you can have the whole writing surface. And I think this will work. Just like this, and then fold this one down like that. And then I'll probably put a, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Looks upside down though, but it's really pretty. Yeah, that way that you can open up the whole thing and be able to write inside of it. Okay, let's do the other one. I'm just thinking where to start on this one. I think I'll start, that'll be the side, so I'm gonna start here. Same deal, just 3.25, 3 1/4. Okay, let's set this off to the side now. And we will fold these up. Just gonna fold them all so that they, oops, I'm gonna try to fold this in backwards. Where's the line? Yeah, took me a minute on that one. Okay. And okay, so I think this way. Nope. Let's see. In and up and then down. Yeah. Okay. Just like that. And I do have these little paper clips that's going to go in the paper, so I'll just go ahead and use that to hold it right here for a sec. Oops, that didn't hold that. Okay, I'll have to rethink that. It should be okay because it's going to be backwards on the paper. Okay, so let's pull out my sheet here. They are going to sit right here should both fit, and they're not. Okay, so one will have to, yeah, one will be underneath the other, like that, just like that on the page, and then you can be able to pull them off, and we have this beautiful image in the back. All right, I'm gonna set that off to the side for a second. We're going to put the paper clips in on here, but before we get started with that, let's move on to this page, and I'll show you. Not this. This was going to be the original, but it's not going to be there. I'm going to go ahead and move to my Sizzix machine and show you the pieces that are going to go on here. Okay, now we're going to work on the page insert. We're going to work on the like card. So I've got this die. Let's try to show it to you. 661879. And I'm just going to, it's not going to be as tall as this. I'm going to be having to cut it a little bit shorter. But basically, I'm just going to be making that out of this cardstock. This was just a 12 by 12 piece of paper that I've cut up. This will go here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can show you on camera. Might not be able to. Okay, can you see? Okay. And I'm going to put my platform down. And one of my boards. I'm going to put my, we'll start with the big one first, just to get it out of the way. Usually I will tape that down, but this time I don't think it matters. Let's see. Do it. I think I want to do it this way. I cut my paper deliberately a little bit bigger so that it'll be okay to give some excess room here to work. I'm going to move this a little bit. Just going to roll it through. There we go. I'll go ahead and pull it back just to make sure it cut cleanly. All right. And yeah. All right, so I have this now, which I will probably use for something else, but not this. I'll set this off to the side. This one's done. Do the same thing with the next one. I just need one of these, so I'm just going to lay it there. Okay. Roll it back through. There we go. Probably doesn't need to go for the second time, but I'm just doing it as a precaution. There we go. Yep, that one come out nicely too. So I got those two. I'm going to go ahead and cut these ends out. Just like that. Okay. This one has a lot of little bits, so I will be running it back through 2 times for sure. All right, let's check and make sure it's gone. Yeah, I think it's gone all the way through on those. I'll be taking, that's pretty. I'll be taking this out. I'm just going to, oh, I got my punchy. Have it ready. Okay. I need to sit here and punch all these out real quick. Okay, so this is the piece after it's been all punched out. And I'll be just making 2 of these real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that'll be the last piece to be cut out, and I'll just punch this out and it'll look like this one, and then we will start assembling. Okay, so these are all cut out. I did change this piece from this to this collar, and I changed this panel to this sheet here. So, and I put some glitter, as you can hopefully see on this, to give it just a little bit of sparkle. And then we're going to add some lace to it and a magnet. So before we do that, let's go ahead and glue this on the back side of this piece. So I'm just going to flip it over and then assemble all of this first. Let's see if I can try to get that somewhat even here. Must not have scored that down very well. So let's see if I can score it down now. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, yeah, like that. I could have stamped on that, but I decided with the collar and everything, it'd be a good place to also write. So I wanted to leave it kind of blank, but it's still pretty enough by itself. So without having anything on it. Okay, let's try to line this side up. Yeah, right there. Goodness. These do not want to lay very flat. All right. So we got both of those. Oh, and I got glitter everywhere. You guys seeing this glitter mess? Okay, now I'm going to put the lace on. So let's go ahead and assemble the lace on here. Okay. That's pretty. Do the other side now. Add my lace on this side. This was one of those projects that nothing was going right. So that's why I have ad-libbed and changed some of the elements from what it was originally going to be. But I think by doing so, I actually am creating something even better. So I like that idea. All right, now this piece will go inside of here, but I don't want to put it there just yet. I want to go ahead and put my magnets on. I need to see how strong my magnet is going to be for the opening. I've got these wee little tiny magnets. Let's see if I put one right there. And I put one right there. Yeah, I think that might hold it closed. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I have this little dot that I'm just going to put right on top of the magnet. So I may have to put the magnet on the back side of that though. So I'm not really sure. I'm just going to add some glue real quick. And hopefully this is a good thing. Yeah. Just going to put that magnet right there in the middle. Now I need to figure out again where I want to put it. I think I'm going to put it right about here. I'll make sure that there's a good closure for it. Come on, glue. The glue wasn't coming out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this magnet in place and let it dry. Yeah, just like that. Hopefully you can't, well, it won't be so intrusive. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second before I add my next one. So this piece is going to go on the cover like this. And as you can see, I've done some beadwork on it just to give it some more details in there. So it's going to be on this, but I think the magnet should be under on the bottom here. I think it should just go on the inside. So I need another piece of, I need another round. I need one of these. So I'll go ahead and get that on this magnet, hopefully. Let's see, is there a positive and a negative on the magnets? Didn't even think to, oops, to check. Definitely needed to check that. Okay, that one will be, yeah. I'm just going to leave that for a second. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one backwards. I'm going to put the glue right here on this magnet and close it up. There we go. Hold that together for a second. This isn't working. Oh, there it went. Okay. Don't quite know why. Let me try to fix this. Let me take these off. Okay, so maybe if I do 2 magnets. Let's try 2 magnets and see if I can get 2 to hold. Maybe just double the magnets. Okay. Let me see about right here. Oops. There we go. No, no. Okay. Let that sit and dry for a second. Okay. Now I'm gonna put some glue on this side. See what I mean? This one, this panel, this project, this whatever has not been cooperative. It has not cooperated with me this whole time. Okay, so I'm going to set this upside down and let those sit there for a while. Just going to put my glue on top of them. Okay, so now we need to probably go back to the envelopes. And these are, I don't know, they're a little bit bigger than I had anticipated, so I'm not sure I could make them any smaller than what they are. I just need to mark where to put the paper clips. So I'll do that with my trusty pen, erasable of course. just in case I have a boo-boo. Okay, so I need it to be about right here. And then the next one, I'll put right about there. Okay. So I'm just going to make a notch, just a little tiny slit. There's one. And two. Okay, and we will go ahead and see which side was up. This side. So I'll slide this underneath here, just like that. And then I will slide, let's see, this one underneath here, just like that. There we go. And they're fabric, so they close very softly, very soft landing. Okay, so on this side, we are going to tape these down so that they stay. Okay. And don't need this much tape, so. There we go. That should hold that. And there we go. That'll hold that one. That way they don't move afterwards for any reason. And these become more stable and secure whenever you are pulling your envelopes in and out. Like that. Making sure they're all lined up. Okay. So this panel is done now. And that's what that'll look like. Of course, there'll be stuff in here. Okay, now this side, let's see if it's going to cooperate. All right. Okay, that held really nicely. Okay, so I may come back later and put the circles back over top of those. I'm not sure just yet because it may not hold. So we'll wait and see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in while it's out. And then I'm going to glue the whole thing down. Like that. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this whole panel down. Like I said, I need this much of an edge. So I know that for for panel number 5 and 6. That's where 5 and 6's hinge is going to be sitting. So this is really pretty. It's coming together even with all the bloopers. Okay. I have to be careful right here not to glue that part down. This would have been another good place for the double-sided tape. Okay. Let's go this way. All right. Might go this way just a hair. All right, now we'll go ahead and put the butterfly on. Wait, what happened? Oh no, my magnets. My magnet came off. This magnet's supposed to go on the other side. In the magnets. Okay. And while I got the glue out, I'm going to go ahead and glue the butterfly on. Okay. Alright. As we all know, junk journals sometimes tend to go haywire. So actually didn't mean to glue this side here. I just meant to glue one side. So I'm going to open that so that the glue can dry. Like that. I'm going to have to redo the magnet again. Me and that magnet don't want to agree today. Let's see if we can't get it off there. Okay. I'm going to re-glue that magnet here in just a little bit. But otherwise, you can wipe this glue off the back of this one. There we go. So it'll sit like that. And just like that. Okay. Okay, here's the assembled 7 and 8 on the green file folder base. I'll just flip that over so you can see that again. And it's all done. So next time we will be working on panel number 5 and 6 and putting it right here. So I hope you guys join me next time, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.